stillness, action can be decisive. When there is certitude in stillness, actions are auspicious. Stillness is the foundation of action. Action is the potential of stillness. When action and stillness are always as they should be, one's path is illumined. Hello. Thanks for coming. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, Waterwheels. So, before we do Waterwheels, a very simple exercise, very good for the body. I hope that you don't start it before doing some NonThink first. After NonThink, do the setting up the furnace thing. Basically awareness of the Dantian. Maybe do that right now. Before we do that, put something underneath your butt. Maybe get some earplugs. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Have a look at this guy. Have you met this guy? He looks familiar to me. Think of this guy in your meditation posture. Bahui. See if you can feel it. Get your back straight. Sit with your left leg underneath your right. This means the yin embraces the yang. Your right hand around your left. This means the yang embraces the yin. You're in balance, at least symbolically. Sit pretty straight. Get really quiet. Relax your body. On one of your exhales, let your chest cave in a bit. Just let it sink. Your breath is to the Dantian. Just like in setting up the furnace. There's a big muscle here they call the diaphragm. No, not that kind of diaphragm. It's a sheet of muscle. You can breathe with just this, like a baby. This comes down on your inhale. You'll feel it squishing your Dantian a little bit. When you let it go, the breath comes up, out your nose or mouth. If your mouth is closed, it's going to come out your nose. Your nose is full of hair. Well, mine isn't, but yours is. Those hairs help you feel the quickness of your breath. Let it be slow. Let it be very even. Try to force your breath to be very slow. If you do this, you'll feel your heart going. Thump, 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 thump. That's a sign you're thinking about it too much. Let your breath pace. Your body knows how to breathe normally. Just let it. But the manner in which you breathe, this goes for any of the NonThink, setting up the furnace, anything. Use this diaphragm muscle, the bellows of heaven. Brings air in, squishes the Dantian a little bit, lets air out. So, sink your breath to here. It's coming into here, out here. Let your stomach come out a little bit. Relax your stomach and let it go out as you relax your chest and let it go in. You ever seen a picture of Bruce Lee? He's a muscly guy, but his chest doesn't stick out. He doesn't have those big man boobs. In fact, when he's in form, his chest is sunk and caved in. Probably because he studied Kung Fu a lot. Think of that. Sunken chest, stomach let out. Loosen your belt a bit, it helps. So after you get that straightened up, see if you can feel this without touching it. There's the highest point of your head, Bahui, crown point. Can you kind of feel it? Relax more. You can kind of feel it. There's an imaginary pole, and that's the top of it. It's a tent pole. Now, think of your perineum. Don't think of other people's genitals. Think of your perineum. Huyan. Can you feel it? Relax a little more. Imagine your energy going down into the earth like roots of a tree. Can you feel it now? You become conscious of these 2 points. Imagine a pole going in between them. Now, as you're adjusting your meditation posture, imagine hanging your whole body off of that like a tent. It's nice. It feels very relaxing. And like I talked about in the other videos, when your body isn't using energy, but it's still creating energy, it goes somewhere. Let it go here, into the dantian. That's your furnace. Waterwheels is about Renmai and Dumai. Now, if you're an acupuncturist or practitioner of Chinese medicine, you're going to know about a million channels all over the body. There's so much to memorize, and usually not in English. It's complicated. If you're into martial arts, you might know 8, you might know 50. There's a lot. 72,000, I think. Something like that. It's a lot. In some Taoist meditation practices, you have to know quite a few. But this one has the 2 main ones that everything else comes off of. All those little chi channels coming all over your body that run parallel to your nerves and your circulatory system, they come off of Renmai and Dumai. There's this channel going up the back and down the front. When our generative energy is being wasted in our daily life, it's going the other way. This is one theory I've read. I'm not sure it's true. But basically, your biological energy, it's going out. It's going out your body. We want the energy in our body to circulate freely. And as we do that, all the other channels will open up because everything else in the body depends on this. Renmai and Dumai. Back channel, front channel. Very simple. So, once you do a little NonThink, just for a little while, just to get into the flow, tongue points connected. This makes the Renmai and Dumai, instead of apart, parallel like they normally are, wasting energy out the front and back. They're connected. Closing the gate. You're now a circuit. Your eyes, mostly closed. Let a little bit of light in, but have them closed enough to where you're not looking around, seeing stuff. You're conscious of the dantian. You're conscious of your yi center, heart point, dorsal gate. But that's not the main ones you got to think about right now. The ones where you change your breath from inhale to exhale are the huyan and the bahui. Crown point, root point. After you do a little bit of NonThink, you've settled into that. Put your consciousness in the dantian for a while. Oh yeah, then adjust your posture. Because while you've been doing this, you're leaning a little too forward. Your head's a little up. And these are no longer in a line. So adjust your posture once in a while. And take time to make sure you're truly relaxed. And not like this. Because we all walk around like that all the time. It's not healthy. It could shorten your lifespan. So, tongue connected, thinking of dantian for a minute. Can you feel it? Are you conscious of it? Does it feel like there's an object in there about the size of a peach? Is it warm? I don't know. But put your focus on it for a little while, like we talked about in the setting up the furnace video. Once you feel a little something there, and you can kind of feel that these are lined up, let a slight smile be on your face. Not a forced smile, but just relax into it a little bit. And imagine this point here, Chujiao, in between and behind the eyes, lined up in a triangle, with just a slight relaxed smile. It doesn't hurt. It feels good. Try it. On our inhale, you're going to imagine your chi. I know I said before not to imagine and picture things, but this is cool. Once you get good at non-imagining and picturing things, then you can apply it. You can imagine and picture this. It's easy. A light, a fluid, an energy, or like ruach. Light and a fluid, also neither. Life energy, prana, atom. As you're inhaling, make sure your chest doesn't go up. It's easy for your chest to go up when you're imagining an energy rising in your body. Imagine it going up the back, slowly, and be conscious of each little step. However long your inhale is, don't force it to be really long, because then your heart starts going again. Not the ye center, your actual biological heart. Let it come up here. And as it gets to here, to your crown point, that's when you switch from inhale to exhale. Now when it comes down here, don't imagine it doing this, because that's not where the channels are. You would think they are since you connect it in the tongue, but it goes around the face, and around here, and down the front, down your sternum, into the dantian, then back down to the root point. So, again, imagine this light, energy, fluid, whatever, moving down here as you're exhaling, and as it gets to that root point, that's when you are making this natural, slow transition from exhale to inhale, and then it's coming back up. Your speed will be strange. Your chest might want to poke out. There'll be things to adjust, like doing a Tai Chi form, or just like anything. There'll be things to adjust. But the mind doesn't wander much when you're doing this. It's easier than non-think in that way, because you have something to focus on. Up the back, down the front. Now, I read in some of these old books that when people do this as a group, they give each other back rubs. They find spots in here where there's warmth in your back channel, and just try to loosen the muscles a little bit, because anywhere where the muscles are tight, there can be blockages of the actual energy. And if that happens, then no matter how well you're imagining it, there's going to be blockages in there. And anytime we have blockages, just like with your blood or your nerve flow, there's going to be disease, there's going to be problems. So we want to be very relaxed, physically and mentally. Chill, shung, relaxed. Let it come up the back, down the front. And as you keep doing this, if you get saliva in your mouth, like I said before, swallow, relax. Imagine it going here, into the heart center and sternum. And then it's draining slowly down to the dantian. It does it by itself. You don't have to picture it. Now these energies are always moving by themselves too. But imagining it, I've read in some places that they say this is reversing the flow. This is reversing the natural process that spends out all our biological energy. Our chi, our jing, our shen even, which is up here. We'll get to that later. This is reversing the flow, and it's keeping everything inside of you while improving the circulation, loosening, opening the flow. It feels good. Try this for a while. Always go back to non-think. Non-think is the core practice that helps everything else. If you have a hard time with this, stop thinking about it for a minute. Stop thinking about everything. Let your breath go to normal. If you force your breath to be too slow because you're having a hard time imagining this, your heart's going to start pumping fast. And that's the opposite of relaxation. You don't want that. If you don't control the manner in which you're breathing, your chest comes up. And then you're using your chest muscles to breathe, as we habitually do as adults. And then you're more up here. You want to be here in the dantian, roughly halfway between the navel and the genitals, about 3 fingers in. So try that for a while. Any questions, you can put them in a thread, like, share, subscribe, or ignore the whole thing. I make about the same amount of money either way. But I hope you enjoy it and get a lot of good out of it. I know I do. Thanks. Take care.